Hello, welcome to City Bytes. In this recording session, I'm going to explain text to columns and a if function with more than one logical statement in it, how to remove duplicates, and about absolute reference, relative reference, and mixed references. Okay, so let's talk about the first topic, text to columns. Okay, so I already have text to columns, one dummy data that I prepared. So basically, if you look at the column A, it has, if you closely watch it, then it has a delimiter that is used as column. Okay, so by usually using that column as a delimiter, I'm going to split the entire data in column A2 into multiple columns in the same row. Okay, so now what I have to do is basically I have some data in column B already, correct? Okay, so what happens in this case? Okay, so what we have to do? So first I selected column A, I went to data tab right on the top, and I'm using text to columns here. Okay, text to columns. Okay, so I selected delimited, click next, and there are so many delimiters here. I said just I chose other and said here, and I inserted colon here and none, text qualifier none. So if you see that, you can preview what the result is going to be. Right, the bottom section, you can see, you can preview the data, what it looks like. Okay, now all I'm saying is next, there is, and finish. Okay, so what did it say? It is saying that there is already data here. Do you want to replace it? Why it is saying in the column B, it has the data for all the rows, it has 11 in the column B. Okay, so it is saying if I say okay, it's going to replace. Okay, the data in the column B, C, if there is any data in column B, C, D, E, F, those all will be overwritten by the current column that is being split, because in each row there are around like delimiters. Based on the delimiter, it will proceed to fill the remaining columns. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 delimiters in it. That's why it's split it. Okay, they split into 5 rows. Okay, I'm saying Control Z to go back. So for that reason, what I suggest is you move or copy to a different sheet. So if I highlighted that and say create a copy, then it will create a copy. Okay, it created a copy here. The same is right here, but I created a copy. Okay, so in that row you do the manipulation in whatever way you want. Okay, so such that you are not messing the original sheet, but you are trying to do something, whatever that is based on the requirement, you are manipulating the data. Okay. So in here, the best way it is to do is, okay, after column A, no data is present at all. Okay, let's see the second requirement. Second requirement is using a if function, and in the if function, embedded more than one logical test. Okay, so that's the second one. So for that, the requirement is based on this column, price by cash flow. If price by cash flow is greater than 0, okay, or price by cash flow is less than 8, then it is good to proceed. If it doesn't, if it is greater than 8 or less than 0, then risk involved. Okay, let's see. Okay, so without touching this column, I'm going to insert one more column in here. Control Shift down arrow, Control C, copy it up, and Control V, which I pasted in this column. Now I will go to this and write the if statement. Okay, now if okay, let me write in here itself. Okay, if, okay, if the logical test, what we want to do, if let's start with R and see whether whatever we are getting, the result out is good or bad. Okay, if Z2 is greater than 0, comma, Z2 is less than 8, then I'm saying good to proceed, comma, risk involved. Okay, if it is false. Okay, so it said good to proceed, but if you extend this formula to every row, then it became a problem. What is that problem? It is not right. Why you said or, right? So that's why, meaning this is greater than 0, okay, but this is also greater, it remains greater than 0 all the time, but or condition, right, either this or that, that's why it is not good. But here, if you look at here, NA is also saying good to proceed. Okay, so this is not good, it is not checking right. So for that case, because this is not a number, this column is not a number, that's the reason, and NA is included in it. For that reason, what you're going to do is replace NA with 0, replace all, and it replaced 80, close. And now you're coming here, and what you're going to do is, in here, I'm going to say and, okay? I'm going to change it to number though. And there you go. So I changed this column to number, and I said, okay, all I said is Z2 greater than 0 and Z2 less than 8, good to proceed, and risk involved. Okay. If it is between 0 and 8, then it is saying good to proceed. That's all it is saying here. Okay. Otherwise, it is the risk involved, it is saying. Okay. So that's what the result is showing right now. Okay. But I want to replace this statement in Z3. I want to write little more with more embedded ifs in one another. Okay, so let's see how I can do that. I want to extend the requirement to little more intuitive. Okay, so it's good to read. So let's see. Okay, what I'm saying is I'm removing the end here. Okay, and I want to say if Z3 is less than or equal to 0. Okay, less than or equal to 0, then if that statement is true, I want to say negative or no cash flow, not good. Okay, so if that statement is true, this is what the first one. If that statement is false, means it is greater than 0. Now I want to write one more if statement in here. If statement started, and I am saying if Z3 is less than or equal to 8, then I'm saying here good to proceed, yes, but if it is greater than 8, okay, I want to check if it, what if it is greater than 8. Then I want to write here one more if, saying that if Z3 is greater than 8. Okay, if Z3 is greater than, oh, I want to remove this. There's no need of this bracket. Okay, Z2 is greater than 8, no need of this bracket too. Then all I want to say is too high. Too high risk involved. Okay, this is what I want to say. And I'm closing the first bracket for here, second bracket is to for this if, and third bracket is to the outer, all the way outer one. Okay, okay, no, it is all good. So it is, see, because it is way greater than 8, it says too high risk involved. Let me extend this to the entire columns. Okay, then change it. Okay, let me extend it one more time. There you go. So if it is 0, then it is saying no cash flow. I said greater than, less than 0, but I'm saying equal to 0. So now when it is 0, it said no cash flow. Okay, that's what I say. Let me change 1 here to negative. Maybe I'm changing this to negative. Okay, I'm changing one more to negative. So let's say I'm changing this to negative. And I'm changing this one also to negative. Before it used good to proceed. Now let's see if once I change. There you go. You change. It got changed. See that? So here before it used to good to proceed, right? Let me change back this one to positive again. There you go. There you go. Good to proceed. Let me change this to negative. There you go. Negative. No cash flow. Not good. Okay. That's what happened. If it is 0, then no cash flow, right? If it is less than 0, then it is a negative cash flow. Okay. Now I showed two things in here. One, just if you go to the top one, and which is a straightforward, just one logical test there. But here I embedded more ifs into just one column to test and write a more clarity message. Now, let's move on to the third topic, which is remove duplicates. Okay. In this remove duplicates, before I start that, to show you, I want to explain what is absolute reference, relative reference, and mixed reference. B4 mean this cell is a intersection of B and fourth row, meaning this is B4 cell. So this is okay. This is nothing but it is relative reference. Okay. So what is absolute reference means? So absolute reference is a dollar C, okay, and dollar 4, meaning whenever I'm using this kind of notation in any formula, then I'm saying that, okay, even though that formula has been copied to any number of lines, do not change this, keep as is. What is mixed reference here? Mixed reference is, it's, for example, I want to just have column A, don't change it, but the row can change. Okay, or vice versa. I want the column to change, but row not to, I mean, keep one as is. Okay, that is called as mixed reference. Now, I am saying remove duplicate. I prepared one sheet for to explain remove duplicates. Okay, that sheet is sheet 11. The function I'm trying to write is count, okay, right here, count if, okay, and the range, see the range I am talking about. The range is, I want to count in column A itself, correct? So the range is, I can give 500 column A, check in column A, starting from A2 all the way to A500. I can do that. Okay. So that's what, for that, I'm going to use absolute reference. So absolute reference of A starting with 2 and colon, okay, and absolute reference of A again until say for example 200, okay, until 200, meaning count, okay, in range what, starting from cell A2 to all the way A200. That's what I use, those absolute reference to make sure that it selects A2 to A200. Why I used absolute references? If I copied it to the second row, those should not change. That's the reason I wrote the absolute reference there. And I'm saying A2. Okay. Why A2? Because in that complete from A2 to A200, if A2 is available, how many times, it doesn't matter, please count it for me. That's what I meant. Okay, it's saying it only has one time. So, but see what happens once I extend this formula to the sheet. Okay, see here. So it is saying, okay, I have all these as ones, but when I scroll down, it is saying in column A, INDA is there twice. Okay, if you still scroll down further, it is saying MLM has been thrice, 3 times. WMT is 5 times in this sheet. Okay, let's check it out whether it is good or bad. WMT as 5 times, correct? Okay, let's check it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It repeated 5 times. So, to remove the duplicates, clearing the filter, okay. So now, if you look at this, see, the absolute reference has not changed, but the relative reference is keep changing when it is copied to the new row. Okay, see that? That's the reason I explained absolute reference in this session. Okay, now all I'm doing is select this and go to data and say, see right here, remove duplicates. So okay, it's saying I'm expanding this. Okay, that's fine. 58 duplicate values found and removed. 112 in unique values remain. That's what it is saying. Okay, this is it for today. Let me know what is your interest. Based on your interest, I will explain in the subsequent sessions. Please subscribe to our channel, Siri Bytes. Keep laughing. Signing off for today. See you in the next video.